Okay, so today we're going to be looking at a pose called legs up the wall. We're going to do a different variation of it away from the wall, because basically I find a lot of people really struggle, because when you do it against the wall you need to kind of shuffle up to it sideways and then somehow swing your legs right up the wall. It can be extremely awkward for a lot of people. So we're going to do this variation that you can do on the ground anywhere on your mat. So you want some props. You either want a bolster or some pillows or a brick. I personally don't like to use a brick just because I find that I'm a little bit bony in this area. So when I put my pelvis onto this, it feels very uncomfortable. And the idea is you want to be able to relax, and you can't do that if you're not comfortable. So I'll leave it with you to decide what you want to use, but a cushion is fine. I will just say, if you have anything like high blood pressure or vertigo, be very mindful coming into this pose. You're only going to elevate the hips slightly, but for some people that can be a little bit too much. So hopefully you know your own body enough and you can judge for yourself if this pose is for you. So we're going to come to lie down. Grab your props, have them really close by. So if you're using a block, just place it underneath your legs, and then we're going to come to lie down. So then just press into the feet so you can lift the hips and slide whatever you're using underneath you. Set the hips and the pelvis back down on your support. Arms rest on the side. And just check now that you're comfortable in the head, neck, shoulder area. You don't want to be placing any pressure into the neck or the head. You really want all of your weight that's on the ground to be going into your shoulders. So you can dip your chin slightly so you lengthen the back of the neck. And then from here, all we're going to do is float the legs up. So it should feel really effortless to keep your legs up there. If you find they naturally want to sort of bend and come in towards the body, that's absolutely fine. You might find if it's a bit difficult for you to keep them up there, if you tie a belt around your legs, so maybe like the dressing gown robe, you know, the tie from that would be useful. And then we're just going to chill out here. This is a really great posture, not only for relaxation, but it's a very gentle inversion. So it's great for getting a fresh flow of blood and oxygen into the brain. So it's really useful for focus and concentration. And at the same time, the blood is flowing a lot away from the feet and the legs. So if you find yourself on your feet an awful lot, and the legs get a little bit tired and achy, it's going to really revive your legs for you. Also, if you have like varicose veins, it can be really soothing and beneficial for that. As the same with restless leg syndrome, which I do actually have myself. So this is one of my go-to practices. There's nothing worse than trying to sleep and then all of a sudden your legs start twitching. If you just practice this for a couple of minutes before you go to bed, then you'll find that you don't get it during the night anymore. It can happen obviously throughout the day, but this is a really good and quick and effective practice to go to if you struggle with any of those things. So I'm going to be quiet now and allow you to enjoy this for a few minutes. Again, just bringing your awareness to the breath, lengthen the exhale. You know this already. If you do start to feel any tingling or like pins and needles sensation in the feet, don't worry, it's perfectly normal. Full sensation will return. It's absolutely nothing to worry about. So I really recommend, if you're able to, you spend 5 or 10 minutes in this posture. But when you are ready to come out, just slowly bring the legs back down to the ground. Press into the feet so you can lift the hips. Slide your prop off to one side and just lower the hips to the ground. And then just pause here for a minute or so. Just allow the body to reset, realign. Bring the spine back into a neutral position. And then when you're ready to, just roll onto one side and use your hands to press up.